はい、おはようございます。Good morning, everyone. Okay, Facebook ライブ始めました。皆さん元気ですか？ How's everyone today? I am opening up my page and we're gonna get started. So, I hope everyone's well. Today is March 20th and actually it's the first day of spring. I just was reminded by that. In Japan, this is something that is celebrated. Here, especially in Miami, we are really not feeling when it's spring and when it's summer, it's always warm. But it's nice to be able to think that spring is here. In Japan, school year starts in April, and also new work and stuff starts in April as a so March is a time that things are ending, all the graduations happening, and they have students have a short spring break and so forth. So it's sort of like the month of transition. And for us, we are getting to the Easter time, so we have it's a sort of the spring, and also to remember our Jesus death but resurrection. That's a new life, right? So it's a great season. Okay, so let's get started. So we have been looking at hiragana. Actually, this is the last day of hiragana. I think we've pretty much covered everything. So the last day, I looking at the combination of like two hiragana that creates a different word, a different sort of like sound, distinct sound. But if we know how each part sounds, it is not like irregular per se. Like we last week we looked at this combination of like bigger letter and smaller letter. Um, yeah, without those two comma uppercase comma thing. But we look at like three of them here that has the big letter, small letter with tintin. Tintin is this dot dot thing, and then one with the circle. So the first one is ga gyu gyo. Ki plus tintin is gi, and small ya ya gyu gyu gyo gyo gyo. Right. So when you hear it, it is like, okay, this makes sense if we remember how each hiragana sounds. It is not a big surprise. So this second row is ji and chisaya. So ja, ji, chisayu, ju, and ji is chisayo is jo, ja, ju, jo. Okay, the third one is he plus ten b. B and ya is bia. B and u is bu. B and u is bio. So how it spells when you type on the screen on the computer, if you type in these romaji, these characters, of course you have to have the keyboard that types in Japanese, but that's pretty much not hard to add. If you type that in Japanese keyboard, which is only a setup, you don't need an additional keyboard, which is great. So if you set up that way, then you can these hiragana spits out. So, and then the last one is he plus maru is pi, right? Pi and jisaya is pia. The second one is piu, and the last one is pio. It's like a cute sound, right? Pia, piu, pio. And the last one, I don't see the, I think the last one I wanted to, thought I wrote some example, but I also wanted to mention about small tsu. Uh, when you have tsu in the middle of a word, like you see an example on the right side, you see this black letter on the right side, omotta. So when you hear it, omotta, it has this like a little pause thing, omotta, right? It has a small tsu there. My handwriting, it's a little strange, but omotta. So we have that kind of like small tsu a lot in the word. Omotta is thought, like I thought something, 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 no? So it's a verb, past tense verb. But omotta, when you type it, it's like you put extra T because the word right after T small tsu is da. So you put TTA, omotta. That's how you can like type it on the computer. Similarly, the second word, kitte, which means stamp, like the stamp that you put on a letter, snail letters, kitte. So because the letter after small tsu is te, right? You have te, but then tte. If you type it that way, you have that. So you see this a lot in while you're reading hiragana or Japanese in general. So I just wanted you to like know where that come from. It's how the word, how it is what it is. Like that's how the word is. So kind of have to be able to identify and know how to pronounce omotta. See the little pause, right? Kitte, kitte, like that. Okay, so let's look at the examples of using this ya, gyugyo, jajujo, bebibyo, and bebibyo thing. Okay, so the first one with the blue letter, it says gyunyu. Gyunyu. So from the last week, we did that ni in small u. So I use that and this together. So a lot of u there. Gyunyu, it's cow milk. You can say miruku. That's more like directly from English to Japanese. But the Japanese word for cow milk is gyunyu. So gyu is beef and new is like milk in Japanese. So that's why gyunyu is cow milk. But if we say almond milk or something, that's almond milk. Like it is what it is, like the same thing, right? So, but gyunyu has its like own terminology. And then the second one is jugyo. This was nice because we used two of them in the same word. Jugyo. Oh, actually, this is not correct. It's Ju is J. Apologize. J Y U. Jugyo. It's like class. Jugyo. So that is the word jugyo, right? So ju, ji ni chisai yu is ju. Gi, small yo is gyo. Jugyo, jugyo, and jugyo. So u doesn't sound exactly how it is, but for this word, jugyo will be how it's pronounced. The third one, this is a funny picture. Okay, the third one with the green letter is byoin, 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 b, small yo, byo, right? Byoin, byoin is a hospital. You want to be careful because byoin, right, with small yo is hospital, but if you make this yo bigger, byoin is a hairdresser. So you you want to communicate correctly by saying if I want to go to hairdresser or if I want to go to hospital. So byoin is a hospital. Byoin is a hairdresser. Okay. And the last one is 600. There are not many words that use this pi, pia, piu, piu. So I was like, what can we say? But 600, you have the small tsu as well. 600. which means 600. 100 is 100, but sometimes there are like irregular thing once you're counting all over 100, 200, 300, 400, blah, 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 right? So 600 is 600, so it's irregular. But use this bia, so I wanted to use that. And then we look at the omotta and kite with small 2, right? So 600 also has small 2, PPYA. So PYA stays, but you put extra P so that on the computer the small 2 shows up. Okay, so that's hiragana. So we're done with hiragana. Next week we're gonna start katakana, which is the right like foreign things, and other things. But so I probably will have another small quiz. Just give me time. Next week is a little crazy, but I'll try that. So that's hiragana for you. Help you be able to learn and be able to feel more comfortable. We can always, you can always review and come back, but we want to move on. But we'll do 5 at a time, so that in katakana you'll be feeling comfortable each week, right? So okay, so that's that. So next is a Bible time. Okay, great. Okay, so we have been looking at this book, Jesus Bible Story, and I have this in Japanese as well as English and Spanish. We have been looking at the book of Isaiah. This is for kids, right? So it's written in a kid's language, but Isaiah is in the Old Testament, and Isaiah, a lot of things are talking about prophesying what's going to happen next, because Isaiah received God's words and wrote what's going to happen later, not like a year later, but like hundreds of years later. So Isaiah talks a lot about, how Jesus will come and so forth. So that's why we're looking at this. So this is a reading and comprehension. It's a little, it might be a little hard for some of you, but I put hiragana as well as romaji. So romaji is Roman characters, right? So you can read through and follow along with me. I'll tell you how, what it means, right? So maybe I should say what it is first in English, so you can kind of know what we're talking about. Okay, so English, I'm reading this book. You've been stumbling around like people in a dark room, but into the darkness a bright light will shine. It will chase away all the shadows like sunshine. A little baby will be born, a royal son. His mommy will be a young girl who doesn't have a husband. His name will be Emmanuel, which means God has come to live with us. He is one of King David's children, the Prince of Peace. Yes, someone is going to come and rescue you. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So get idea of, Isaiah describing about Jesus. Okay, so お前たち、maybe I'll slow down. お前たち、そんなによろめいて、つまずいて、危ないよ。まるで真っ暗な部屋の中で、あっちに行ったり、こっちに行ったりしている人のようだよ。Okay. お前たち、it's you, but it's because God's talking to us. It's sort of like you are kind of looking down people, but I think because God is talking to us, it's okay. You don't want to use it that way. It sounds rough. Like, I would never use people. I personally wouldn't say you, omae tachi. Like, omae tachi is a plural, right? お前たち but in this context is okay. そんなによろめいて、つまずいて、危ないよ。So 危ないよ is it's dangerous. You are stumbling like this. It's very dangerous. But stumbling not physically but spiritually. まるで真っ暗な部屋の中で It's like you're in 中 is inside of your room that's really dark 真っ暗な部屋の中で So it's like you're in a very dark room あっちに行ったり going there あっち is over there 行ったり is go こっちに行ったり coming here している人のようだよ You are like you're in a dark room wandering around here and there だから So the next latter part だから私がこの暗闇を照らす明るい光を送ってあげよう。どんな暗闇も影も追い出してしまうほどの太陽のような眩しい光だ。Okay. だから、そう、私が、私 is God, right? God will, この暗闇、この is this, 暗闇を照らす。暗闇 is darkness, 照らす shine. 明るい光、bright light. 光 is light, could be somebody's name, a girl's name. 明るい光をbright light を送ってあげよう。So, 送って is send. So, I will send a bright light that shines the darkness. どんな暗闇も、any darkness, 影も追い出して、追い出す is get rid of shadow or darkness. It's like that. 太陽のような、like a sun, 眩しい光だ。So that bright light is to get rid of any darkness or shadow. It's like sun. It's like shiny like sun. 太陽 is sun. Right? So the 光 is again light. 眩しい is shiny. So basically because we're stumbling in the darkness, God's gonna send us, well, in this time because it was past, God will send us sunshine, the bright light. So the next part, 待っててごらん. Right? 待っててごらん. Wait for a second. 小さな赤ちゃんが生まれる。王様の子だ。まだ結婚もしていない若いお母さんから生まれるんだ。So, 待っててごらん。Wait. 小さな small 赤ちゃん is baby が生まれる。So the small baby will be born. 赤ちゃん the baby. Aka is red, and the baby is born red. When my baby was born, he was red. So I guess that's why I call it Aka-chan, it's baby. Your baby's red in the beginning. I didn't know this until my son was born. 王様の子だ. 王様 is a king, and 子 is a child, so the son of the king. まだ yet 結婚もしていないの。まだ結婚もしていない saying no, this person hasn't been married. 若い young mother お母さんから生まれるんだ。So the baby is going to be born from a young mother who hasn't been married. So that means, like, how could the baby be conceived, right? So that's God's work. Because in culturally at that time, if you're not married, you don't have a relationship with the man, right? So, okay, so その子はインマヌエルと呼ばれる。This child is called 呼ばれる Immanuel, Emmanuel. Emmanuel in Japanese, Immanuel. That's how it really is, right? 神様は私のところに来られたという意味だよ。神様 is God. 私の私に I 私のところに来られた。来られた is to come but lifting him up. ところ place. So 神様, the God comes to us, to me. That's what it means. 意味 is to me signify, right? So Emmanuel means God come to us, God with us, God be with us. その子はダビデ王様の子供の子供のそのずっと後の子供の一人だ。So this child, その子, that child is the King David's, David is David, 王様 is King, King David's 子供 child, and after that generations after child, no 一人だ. So one of the 一人 is one person, right? So this king is David's descendants, basically, because children and children know that, like, one of them, but they are connected. The blood is connected to David. 平和の君とも呼ばれる王子様だ。So 平和 is peace, 君 is prince, so prince of peace とも呼ばれる王子様。呼ばれる to be called, and 王子様 is prince. So this prince is called the Prince of Peace as well, which is in the Isaiah. So this is sort of Isaiah's revealing about this baby, and that all the words come from God, and Isaiah only, like, received it and wrote it, right? So this is Jesus, and how Jesus was born is mirrored with what the Isaiah says. So we're gonna keep going with this next week, and so thank you for this sticking with me, because it could be a little tough, but I think it's good to have a combination of different type of things. You have reading comprehension, we have hiragana, and then we now gonna do Marugoto textbook. All right. So let's see. So we're gonna now start Marugoto. So we have been looking at the rooms, right? The rooms and what furniture you have and all the stuff. And we looked at different items and what it's called. Now we're gonna be listening and identifying what kind of furniture or equipment they have in each of their rooms. So Yamada-san, we're gonna start with Yamada-san, but I'm gonna say, okay, heya. Oh, we were reading this. Heya is a room. So how many heya rooms does this person have? Aircon from last week. This is very different in Japanese. Aircon is AC, air conditioning, I guess. Aircon, they decided to call that aircon in Japan. Beddo, which is pretty intuitive there, bed. Terebi is TV. So you have the answer here, but we want to make sure that you can identify what Yamada-san has in her room, or how many rooms she has, by listening, right? So let's try that. Okay.
1、私の家には部屋が一つあります。ベッドがあります。エアコンもあります。テレビはありません。
Okay, let's hear it again.
1、私の家には部屋が一つあります。ベッドがあります。エアコンもあります。テレビはありません。
Okay, so I think it's important to note that the word あります、ありません. You might have heard this multiple times. あります here you see on the top of this page. あります you have it from there are, so the number. You also see something like number and then あります. And then ありません is negative, present negative. So if you hear something in ありません, that means there is none. But we will hear the object first before あります or ありません, so you have to pay attention, right? It's different. Yeah, because in English you hear yes or no first. So, okay, let's break it down.
1、
Number one.
私の家には部屋が一つあります。
Okay, so 部屋が一つ、一つ is one. 一つあります. So when you count like things that in general we're counting something, you can say 一つ、二つ、三つ、一つ、二つ、三つ like that. Depends on what you're counting, the ending changes. So it's a little bit difficult, but in general, counting things as 1, 2, 3, 一つ、二つ、三つ. Okay? So 部屋が一つあります. Right? So 山田さん has one room.
ベッドがあります。
ベッドがあります. So there is a bed. If you don't see it, hear the number, I think that's one.
エアコンもあります。
エアコンもあります. So there is a bed, and you said I also have エアコン AC. So も is also エアコンもあります. Right? Because you're saying I have something, I also have this. エアコンもあります.
テレビはありません。
テレビはありません. So ありません is zero. So Yamada-san doesn't have TV, which all correspond with the numbers here. One room, one AC, one bed, zero TV, right? So, okay, I hope you got this. So now this was a practice. Now we're gonna look at Sakai-san, number 2. Okay, let's see.
2、私の家には部屋が3つあります。テレビがあります。エアコンはありません。ベッドもありません。
Okay, done. Alright, let's hear it again.
2、私の家には部屋が3つあります。テレビがあります。エアコンはありません。ベッドもありません。
Okay, interesting. I want to explain. Okay, break it down. Let's see.
2、私の家には部屋が3つあります。
Okay, 部屋が3つ。1つ、2つ、3つ. Right? So 3つ. 3 rooms.
テレビがあります。
テレビがあります. So no numbers. So one TV. Which I think is not uncommon. I feel like having TV in kids' room and bedroom, it seems very American as far as like, I mean, I can't compare with Europe, but growing up, my home didn't have TV anywhere but in the living room. So that's typical in Japan, I think, unless things are changing while I left, after I left.
エアコンはありません。
エアコンはありません。Okay, ありません was negative, right? So no aircon, AC, no AC, which you might be surprised. How can you be? How can it be? But I didn't have AC growing up. I think I told you last week. But that was a while ago. But my sister's home, she lives in Hokkaido, northern island of Japan. She doesn't have AC, but she lives in northern part, which means she only had like summer for 2 weeks. Otherwise, it's like cool, like Michigan kind of stuff. So she doesn't have AC, but the stores and stuff, I think they have AC function, but her home doesn't. I think like she talked about getting one, but then it's like by the time you think about it, summer's gone kind of stuff. So yeah, they have long winter, but they may not have AC, so that's why I wouldn't be surprised. No AC. The last one.
ベッドもありません。
Okay, ベッドもありません. Same thing. Okay, no AC is エアコンはありません. Right? No AC. I also don't have ベッド. I also don't have ベッド. So ベッドもありません. So that's why I use も instead of は. Why do they not have beds? Like, how do they sleep? Maybe you wondered. But that's also, I mean, very possible because some of the Japanese people sleep in futon. So it's like a mattress that you fold each time, and you put the mattress on the floor, and it's like foldable, and you put it in the closet. But now I think more people have beds, but it's like my grandparents didn't have bed until they were like really old, that they needed help getting up and stuff. So we didn't have bed until we moved to a new house. So growing up, I slept in futon the entire time. It's very good because Japanese rooms are, houses are small. So being able to take advantage of room space, if you have bed, that takes over a lot of space. So if your bedroom is also playroom, then you have no room to play. So being able to fold the futon and put it in the closet, then you have a whole room to do other things during the day. So yes, it's kind of like cumbersome to have to do back and forth, but there is a reason, I feel like. And you can put the mattress, the futon outside and put it in the sun, so it kills all germs and stuff. So it's heavy, but also I feel like for sanitary reasons, Japanese have invented this, which is like brilliant. Okay, so that's Sakai-san. Number 3 is Asano-san here. Let's listen to what his house has.
3、
私の家には部屋が4つあります。テレビがあります。ベッドが3つあります。エアコンが4つあります。
Okay. Let's listen to it again.
3、
私の家には部屋が4つあります。テレビがあります。ベッドが3つあります。エアコンが4つあります。
Okay. Did you get that? Because Asano-san has a lot of rooms and a lot of things. More things than others. Okay.
3、
Number 3.
私の家には部屋が4つあります。
Okay, 私の家 is a house, right? My house has 4つ。1つ、2つ、3つ、4つ。So 4つ。It's 4. My house has 4 rooms. 4つ部屋があります、right?
テレビがあります。
テレビがあります。So have one TV because there's no specification of how many.
ベッドが3つあります。
Okay, ベッドが3つ。 一つ、二つ、三つ。三つあります。Three beds.
エアコンが4つあります。
エアコンが4つ。4つあります。Four ACs. So he probably has a bigger house. I think there was a description of a house and where they lived. The beginning, in the another page. But so he probably has a big house. I think he lives in a house, right? So that's why he probably have a lot of things. Okay, so the number 4, Ogawa-san. Let's see what he has.
4、
私の家には部屋が6つあります。テレビが2つあります。ベッドも2つあります。エアコンが5つあります。
Okay. Alright, I will tell you some things. So, 5つ is 5. 5 things. 6つ is 6. Okay. So, keep that in mind and let's hear it again.
4、
私の家には部屋が6つあります。テレビが2つあります。ベッドも2つあります。エアコンが5つあります。
Okay. This part, Ogawa-san lives in a very big house as well.
4、
Number 4.
私の家には部屋が6つあります。
Okay. 私の家, my house has 6 rooms. 6つ。1つ、2つ、3つ、4つ、5つ、6つ。His house has 6 rooms. Okay.
テレビが2つあります。
Okay. テレビが2つあります。Two TVs. So if there are more than one, they will say the number. If they don't, it's one.
ベッドも2つあります。
ベッドも2つあります。Right? So also, because there are two TV, I also have two テレビ, right? Sorry. Sorry. I can't go back. Okay. So this went away. So there are like one. You have two bed. I also have two TV. Maybe it was reversed. I'm so sorry, but I also have, so it's more, right? And then oh, it's not here.
エアコンが5つあります。
エアコンが5つあります。5つ is 1つ、2つ、3つ、4つ、5つ。So 5つ。5 ACs. There's no central heating or cooling. Well, central heating, yes, there are some parts of Japan that have it, but usually in Japan, the aircon is only serving one room at a time. That's why they have 5 or 4 ACs in this people's house. That's why. It might sound strange to us, but that's how it is. Okay, so can do. This is like a example conversation. So being able to say how many things you have in your house, right? So you can like dialogue with your friends to see how many rooms, ACs, aircon, bed, テレビ you have and they have, right? So it's a similar one from what we just listened to. 私の家には、私 is I, right? My, for this case, my, possessive, 私の is my. 家 is house, my house has, well, it's kind of like making English is strange, but my house, there are 部屋が一つ、部屋 room, one room. 部屋が一つあります。一つ is one, right? So 部屋が一つあります。There's one room. ベッドがあります。There's one bed. There's a bed. エアコンも あります。I also have AC も is also. テレビはありません。I don't have TV. ありません is there's none, right? So 私の部屋 I'm going to talk about my house. 私の家には部屋が3つあります。So I'm not counting living room and dining room and bedroom, right? For my case. Japan, they might count everything though. But I'm counting just bedroom. 部屋が3つあります。See, you can see this here. 3つ, 3 bedrooms. ベッドが well, we don't really have mattress. But let's say ベッドが2つあります。2つ. Number 2. エアコンもあります。We also have AC. テレビが1つあります。have one TV. テレビがあります。or テレビが1つあります。Either one. Okay. So we look at this. I was saying it verbally only, but the notebook paper thing has how to count things. So you can count chairs as this using the same structure. 1つ、2つ、3つ、4つ、5つ、6つ, right? So Thomas-san says, こたつis like you have like futon covered by heating table that has a heater on the bottom. You can count it as like that, counting this, and you use it in winter. We didn't have it at home, but my grandparents have that. It's very warm and cozy. So I just wanted to mention there was an earthquake in Miyagi area, northeast Japan. This morning, I didn't see it myself. I heard it from my friend, one of the members of JCC. I didn't hear that was very severe, but we wanted to keep them in prayers. Thomas also said he felt earthquake vibration while he was living in Japan, staying in Japan. Yeah, that's part of life, basically. Hopefully it's not, big one, but we do have it time to time without any warning. So it's kind of one of the things, we have hurricane here in Florida or part of the U.S., but in Japan we have earthquakes, so we have that. I mean, it's pretty fear generating because it's like all of a sudden your house starts shaking, So, but that's how it happened, and there was a very large earthquake in west part of Japan. 1999. I would say like it's been a while, but it was like a big destruction. I was watching on TV. Also, Tohoku earthquake and tsunami and the nuclear thing that was in 2011. It's been 10 years, so there was like a big anniversary thing happened last week. So yeah. Anyways, okay. So number 3. 遊びに来てください。遊びに来てください. Just read the orange letter. Please come ください. Please come to play. 遊びに来てください. 来て is come. 遊ぶ is 遊び is play. 遊びに来てください. Please come to play. 友達に E メールを書きましょう。友達に E メールを書きましょう。Let's write 書きましょう。Let's write email to a friend. 友達 is a friend. Email is email. Let's write email to a friend. 写真も一緒に送りましょう。写真も一緒に送りましょう。写真 is picture. 一緒に is together. 送りましょう. Let's send a picture with an email. Mo is because you're sending an email, you're also sending picture, so the mo makes it like also. 写真も一緒に送りましょう。So, this person's writing to Roberta さん。なるほど。Okay. 遊びに来てください。Come to play with me. ロベルタさん。私の家はマンションです。私の家はマンションです。My house is a mansion. Sounds crazy. I live in an apartment. Okay. 私の家は明るいです。私の家は明るいです。My house is bright. Maybe she has sunshine. He or she. Sakai-san is and then third row. 近くに公園があります。近くに公園があります。あります is there is, right? 近く is nearby. 公園 is park. So there is a park nearby. 休みに遊びに来てください。休みに遊びに来てください。When you have day off, 休み遊びに来てください。So please come to play when you have the time off. Sakai-san. Sakai. Okay. So there are on the name of the places. You see a restaurant here. You see the katakana there. Departo, department store. Departo. We call it departo in Japanese. Department store, like we don't have Macy's, but I mean they're all Japanese or non-American ones, but something like that. We have that department store, like Macy's, JCC Miami, that kind of stuff. And koen is a park, remember? Koen could be small or big. Playground, similar, very similar. 有名なところ. The question mark. 有名なところ. ところ is a place. 有名 is famous. 有名な is famous. So famous place. So if I live in, well, my parents, I grew up in Yokohama, and they are famous for a famous park that's called Yamashita Koen. They also have Marine Tower, which is a big tower. It's not that big, but you can see the bay, because Yokohama Bay Area is a bit pretty. There is like amusement park by the mall. Chinatown, Chukagai, we have different kind of stuff. So maybe you wanted to invite, your friend to somewhere famous in Miami, Bayfront Market. I don't know where else to go. Beach. We can say beach. Okay, so asking this. あなたの家の近くに何がありますか？あなたの家の近くに何がありますか？あなた is you. Ie is house. 近くに is nearby. 何 is what? ありますか? So あります there is, right? Then you put the question mark か? So what do you have near 近くに your home? What do you have near? What things are there near your home? So you want to write, you want to write to Sakai-san, come to play. Please come to play. Please come to hang out. Basically, it's a play. But 酒井さん、私の家は一戸建てです。 So the like a standalone house is 一戸建て, which was like we looked at it last week. It could be apato, mansion, whatever you can insert whatever it is. 私の家は my house is 明るい what's the other one? We can say 明るいです。暗いです。You don't want to say the negative things, so the 暗い sound 暗い like a dark sounds a little like do I want to go to your house? 私の家は明るいです。or 大きいです。My house is big. 私の家は小さいです。My house is small. Whatever you want to describe, however you want to describe. 近くに何がある？公園があります。Nearby, we have a park. 近くに公園があります。If you live in Miami Beach, you might say 近くにビーチがあります。Nice, right? 休みに遊びに来てください。休みに遊びに来てください。Please come to hang out when you have time off. Okay? Okay, so now we're gonna go. This is lesson 8. This is a new right? Yeah. Okay, so next week we're gonna look at what's inside the as far as items in your home. Because it's a new lesson, I won't go further today. But as a preview, you can see all kinds of different things and where it's placed, and as far as in front, below, above, that kind of stuff. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at that. Now we're gonna have Bible study a little bit after 11. I'm gonna be interpreting everything into Japanese, so it's a great opportunity to listen to real Japanese, meet up friends. And I hope you can join. You can join through Facebook Live if you're would like. Okay, so thank you for joining. I will see you next Saturday. So, bye. またね。Okay.